Okay, so we're going to talk about 10 easy steps to great dimensioning so you get all your dimensions correct and you get all the points on any drawing. But most importantly, so someone can read them. So from assignments, I've given you this link to 10 easy steps to dimensions. When you open this up, it opens up this sheet. Once you get into here and you're taking a look at this, go down each step, step by step by step. So when I'm working on this particular drawing, and I've set up my multi-view drawing here, the first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to place all center marks and center lines necessary. So I come back into here, I'm going to go ahead and grab the annotation tab at the top of my screen. Then I'm going to find my center mark tool, select it, and I'm going to place all center marks by clicking on the outside edge of a circle. Those center marks get placed for me perfectly. The next thing I need to do is place all bisector center lines or center lines for your hidden line holes. To do that, you can grab this bisector center line tool. All right, this bisector center line tool allows you to click on a hidden line and a hidden line, and it creates your center line for you. Okay, can come down here and do this hidden line for this hole. I can keep working my way around my drawing, finding all of these particular center lines for the hidden lines and holes. And again, don't forget your right side view here. Then you right click and then you hit create if need be. Okay, if they don't show up. Now they're going to show up. They're all good to go. And we're ready to move on. So part of the reason why you want to do all your center marks and center lines first is so that when you're looking at this part, this is symmetrical. Okay, one side's the same as the other. What we can do is I can then select this center line and I can left click, hold, and pull with my mouse so that this center line extends about 1/4 of an inch past this edge of the object. This says that this is a symmetrical part. Now, if you want to be completely correct, this little tick mark should be in the center of this line. So what I would do is delete it, and then I can grab the bisector line. Well, it won't work there, so I'm going to grab my center line tool and go center. Actually, I'm going to have to do it this way. I'm going to have to do a bisector line and pull from here to here, and then I would then right click. Nope, don't need to hit create. Pull this up like this, and you can see additional tick marks in your center mark. Okay, so this is a way you can see that this is all the same as this. We can also do it in our front view by just pulling the tail of that center line down. All right, we can also pull the tail of that center mark up. This says one side's the same as the other. So when we start dimensioning, we don't have to dimension everything. If I grab my dimension tool and I dimension this hole by clicking on the edge of the hole, pulling down, and we don't want to pull straight. We don't want to pull straight. We want to pull down on an angle, a nice 45, 30, or 60 degree angle, and then click. That's telling me that this hole is the same as this hole because this line is going through the middle, saying they are symmetrical. So after center marks and center lines, I'm going back to this list, and it says place smallest dimensions first, 3/8 away from the edge, object edge, larger dimensions second, 1/4 inch from first dimensions. What that means, and Inventor does this really nicely for you. When I grab my dimension tool, I'm going to place this smaller dimension first, meaning I'm going to click on this line and start pulling out, and it's going to lock right there. That is the distance you should have your first dimension line. That is your distance. Then I'm going to click on this second line. I'm going to come up to the top of the part, click on this line, and start pulling out. Notice there's a second line that's going to lock up here, right? There, where is it? There. Once it locks, go ahead and drop that dimension, and then that sets up your secondary line of dimensioning. Do not cross these, okay? As we go back in and look at these 10 easy steps for great dimensioning, make sure you place the smallest ones closer, then the largest ones further out, okay? Be sure to show the extension gap and place between views. So these are all things that have to do with dimensioning. This is the gap. Make sure that gap is visible, okay? The other thing is make sure they're between the views. Make sure smallest are closer, largest are further out. And an important thing is do not overlap them like this. This is a big no-no. This means confusion can come into play. So always, always, always pull your dimensions out into nice, neat, even rows. So looking at this, be sure to show that gap. Make sure the between the views, neat, orderly rows. Do not dimension to hidden lines. I said this before here in this particular class, don't dimension to hidden lines. You can pick a different view. So if you're trying to give this information down here, so what's the distance from here to this indentation, you're grabbing a hidden line. You can easily then come up here and use this view to then grab a visible line to a visible line and then pull the dimension off the part and drop it at a locking point. Okay? So that's an important thing. Make sure you do not dimension to hidden lines. Okay? Coming back into here, rounded ends and arcs equal radius, holes are diameter. Now Inventor is really good with this in that when you grab the dimension tool and you grab a hole, it's going to give you the diameter. Alright, so it's a great tool. It does this. It finds that for you. When you have a rounded end, it's generally going to give you an arc. Make sure you have those set up properly. Place leader notes, radii, diameter, dimensions at common angles. I said that, 60, 45, 30. Do not pull these things so that these things are pulled. Let me show you here. Don't pull these from here and make them straight. That can create some confusion. Always pull them at a nice angle, 45, 30, 60, something to this effect. And then go ahead and drop it away from the part. As we go back in and look at this, all dimensions and text numbers are 0.125 in height. Inventor has that set for you. Do not duplicate dimensions on different views. And what that means is if you're going to give information on this part, you give 0.25 here, you're not going to give it anywhere else. If you give 4 inches here, you're not going to give me 4 inches over here also. Okay? So get rid of redundant dimensions. If you're going to give information on the thickness of the part here, you don't need to do it up here. Okay? Only give dimensions in one view. It keeps things nice and neat and clean. All right? Keep units together. Don't mix metric and inch. That's a huge no-no. Okay? And you do a metric box drawing, you're going to draw a box, and you're going to put the word metric in it. Okay? When we get into a metric drawing, I will show you how that's done, but it's pretty simple. You grab text, you go ahead and type in metric, and at least drop the note. All right? That's an important thing to do when you have a metric drawing. I'm taking that off because that's not a metric drawing. And then always look for the moonwalking bear. Don't forget about the moonwalking bear. Okay, pay attention. How many passes does the team in white make? So keep paying attention, keep paying attention, keep paying attention. How many passes does the team in white make? All right, now. All right, so how many passes did the team in white make? Anybody tell me? Huh? I hear 12. I hear 7. You guys missed it, didn't you?
The answer is 13.
13 passes. But,
Did you see the moonwalking bear?
did anybody see the bear moonwalking through the video? Here it is, same video again. I'll point him out for you. Whoop! There's the moonwalking bear. See my mouse? Does a little wave, moonwalks out. Nobody saw it, did you? It's easy to miss things when they are right in front of your face. Now, this is an awareness test for looking out for cyclists. I ride all the time. I definitely think you need to be safe, pay attention to things on the road. But what I really am looking for in this particular class is when you are looking at things, look at the things that are right in front of your face. Okay? Look at the drawings. You can have someone else look at your drawings for you also. That is not cheating in this class. Okay? Have somebody look at stuff for you. Make sure the stuff that you turn in is accurate. Go back and look at the object that you are creating. If you can go back in and look at the actual object that you're being asked to make, just go back and reference it. Go and check to make sure you have all the dimensions that you needed when you drew the object. Okay? Any questions?